in the COVID pandemic. Lying awake in April 2020, people dying by the thousands in northern Italy and New York City, wondering whether I could be or should be brave enough to sacrifice my life. Hosting grand rounds in a packed conference room, infectious disease doctor at the podium, brand new public health officer in the audience, our first 2 COVID patients right down the hall. Stripping down naked in my mudroom, stuffing contaminated scrubs into the washer and running straight to the shower before reaching to hug my 3-year-old. Leaning over a frail prisoner transferred from the overflowing infirmary at San Quentin, certain he was going to die under my watch. As the COVID months dragged on, many of my memories become less vivid, but they sharpen again right as that vaccine was released. This is when my own feelings morphed from fear and compassion into an unlikely combination of elation and resentment. I'm pretty good at professional compassion. In any given week, I take care of plenty of patients that are frankly not that likable. Often, they have a history of trauma or mental illness or substance use. Some are sexist or racist. Some are just mean. But most of the time, I have the training and the perspective to see pain and suffering and hold them. Sometimes, when I tell my husband about a particularly hard day, he is incredulous that I maintain compassion. I shrug, smile, and agree that he gets the short end of my compassion stick. I also don't get particularly frustrated with patients who make different choices than I would. I respect people's right to make bad choices. It's sad that people run back to abusive relationships and destructive patterns, but again, I feel mostly compassion. By late 2021, however, my nervous system was a bit frayed, my sympathetic tendencies more primed for fight or flight than kindness. One summer morning, just about 6 months after the vaccine was released, I was making rounds. Our COVID numbers had slowed, but we still had a steady trickle. It was my young residents' first time on the ward. We gowned up in our personal protective equipment and stepped into the room of a middle-aged man, an artist, with severe COVID pneumonia. He was struggling to breathe, and I was worried that he might need to be intubated. He looked scared. I leaned down to clarify his code status, to ask him if he would like a breathing tube, if we might need it. And he said to me in short, breathless bursts, "Oh, yes, doctor, I want absolutely everything you can do for me. I want to live. Please give me everything you have." At that moment, I wanted to cry. But these were not tears of compassion. These were tears of judgment and tears of anger, because I knew from reviewing his chart that this patient was unvaccinated. I have had patients cuss me out and call me names. I've had patients fire me. I've had patients throw bloody things at me. But my heart has never been more broken than at this moment. Witnessing this man's near death, I wanted only to yell at him. Even today, after plenty of self-reflection and therapy and some distance from the thick of the pandemic, I'm not sure why this was more distressing than other situations, in which I'm witness to patients with preventable conditions that go unmanaged or result from these self-destructive choices. I can only tell you that it felt different. It still feels different. Perhaps it was exhaustion, burnout, cumulative stress, or perhaps it's because I knew that he deserved better. He deserved to be vaccinated. He deserved to trust that medical miracle that was the COVID vaccine, but instead, the politics of the time left him feeling more afraid of me than of the illness that was going to kill him. I still don't like the feelings of ill will I had towards that patient and others who followed. I much prefer feeling empathy and understanding and compassion. And I wonder these days in particular how both to lean into and expunge these feelings, the ugly ones, the ones that urged me to hate, to turn my back, to give up. I wonder how to instead continue to face forward, like so many brave people are doing right now, and live into love. I guess that's why I'm here.